We know you aim to help the women and children that are suffering abuse, but how do you exactly help them?
How do we exactly help them? Well, first of all, we have a full continuum of supports. We've worked hard to get that full continuum going in this organization. The idea is to move them on from their immediate crisis, move them through our programs so that they can then move on to be independent, fully self-reliant, and know what happened to them and know to avoid that in the future. So we start with the transition house. That's their first entrance. We actually have at the transition house a crisis line. So even before a woman is ready to leave, she can phone us and say, I don't know what's going on, and our staff will work with them. They're all fully trained in being supportive for abuse issues. So they'll talk to them on the crisis line. If we have room, and if they're in immediate danger, they can come to our transition house. And at the transition house, they can stay, as I said, for 30 days. We've got beds for them, for the women and their children. We have a child support worker that works with the children, usually just doing art therapy and getting them in groups so that the kids sort of understand that it just didn't happen just in their home. It does happen quite often. The child support worker works with the children to help them understand what happened, that it's not their fault. A lot of little kids blame themselves, and Mommy and Daddy fought because of me. Children can be used as a method of control in abusive relationships, and so they have to get over that part too. So the child support worker works with the kids, and then the women's support workers works with the women. First of all, a lot of times the women just spend the first week just lying on the couch wondering how she got there. But we get them, we give them really an education on what abuse is, how things happen, basically what I was telling you here. We have a lot of videos, a lot of books, and the staff just sit there and talk to them and just listen to their story and help them deal with the emotional things that are going on with them. Then the staff also will help them with legal issues like custody and access of the children, maybe family court issues, getting them a lawyer, getting them a free lawyer, if not cheap lawyer, because they usually don't have any money, getting them income assistance so that they have some cash coming in, and helping them find a new place to live when they leave. Then the second stage is, as I said, if we've got room, we've only got 9 units at second stage, and they can stay for a year. We've got 10 beds at the transition house, and they can only stay for 30 days. So not everybody that goes from the transition house can get into second stage. But the second stage, we've got 9 units. It's self-contained apartments. So they're moving on. Now they've got, instead of living in a communal environment where they're sharing everything, they now have their own apartment. We do have communal space in the second stage where they can still meet and have group support. But once they're in second stage, they can have access to our counseling program. Actually, they can get access to counseling from the transition house as well. So we've got what we call an STV, Stopping the Violence counselor, who works specifically with the women on dealing with the issues that's been going on for them all of their lives. Some of them quite traumatic. Some women have gone through abuse throughout their lives. There's some horrendous stories. Let's see where I was. Yeah, and the children can receive also, we have a child support worker at the second stage as well. We have group counseling sessions so that they can gather as groups and tell their stories, and a lot of times the stories are very, very similar, so they can gain strength from each other's experiences. Get to know each other within the facility. We have group outings for them as well, so they can all get together. Their income can be secured. Maybe they can start looking for work. They can deal with more things, so they have this full year to move on a little bit more. Then we have third stage, and the third stage is basically just affordable housing. It's safe, affordable housing. They still have a connection with us, and they can live there for up to 3 years. It's very affordable rent. It's 3 bedrooms, and they can live very comfortably with their children. And then hopefully from the third stage program, once they leave there, they're ready to really be on their own and live without the supports. We also have another counseling program. It's a family counseling program, and in that program we will counsel men as well, so couples and families as a family unit. So it's a family counseling program.